Admiral McRaven's Guide to Overcoming Fear and Failure. Let me tell you this, folks. Have you ever felt the weight of fear so heavy it feels like it's pulling you down? Have you ever been so afraid that you've held back from taking a chance on your dreams? Well, today, we're diving into a guide that can help us conquer these fears and failures. It comes from a man who has faced his own battles and emerged victorious. Let me introduce you to Admiral William H. McRaven, former Navy SEAL and now the founder of the Seawolves Foundation. He's here to share his wisdom based on his personal experiences about how to overcome fear and failure. Here's something you should know: Admiral McRaven is not just a storyteller, he's a warrior. His life story is filled with triumphs and setbacks, but through perseverance and determination, he has found the strength to lead a remarkable life. Now let's get into the heart of what makes this guide so powerful. You might be wondering, how does one overcome fear? What if I told you that it starts with acknowledging that fear exists? It's easy to ignore our fears and push them aside, but they're there, whispering doubts and sabotaging our progress. Admiral McRaven believes that facing your fears head-on is the first step towards overcoming them. Here's a personal anecdote from him. During his time in the Navy, he was part of a mission that involved deploying a team to a hostile area. The team had to make a decision that could mean the difference between life and death. Instead of panicking, McRaven and his team took a moment to breathe, assess the situation, and then made a calculated risk. They succeeded because they confronted their fear, and it paid off. But what about failure? It's a word that strikes fear in many people's hearts. We often associate failure with embarrassment, disappointment, and even regret. But Admiral McRaven sees failure differently. He believes that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone towards success. In his book, he shares the story of a time when he was leading a group of SEALs in training. One of the recruits, named David McCraw, was struggling to keep up with the rigorous physical demands of the training. Despite his best efforts, David couldn't seem to catch up. Admiral McRaven decided to intervene. He sat David down and said, "David, you're not failing. You're succeeding. You're succeeding at being a SEAL. You're succeeding at learning to push yourself past your limits." This simple statement changed David's outlook. From then on, he approached every challenge with renewed vigor and eventually became a successful SEAL himself. So how do we turn failure into a stepping stone? First, we need to redefine what failure means to us. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our worth, we should see it as a valuable lesson. It's okay to fail, but what matters more is how we respond to failure. McRaven teaches us to embrace the lessons learned from our failures and use them to grow stronger. He says, "Every SEAL learns that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. When you fail, don't quit. Learn from it and keep going." This mindset shift can make all the difference. Next, we need to take action. Often, the fear of failure holds us back from taking action. But McRaven reminds us that sometimes the only way to succeed is to take that first step, no matter how small. He shares an example from his time as a Navy SEAL, where he had to execute a dangerous mission in a confined space. There were moments of panic, but he reminded himself, "I'm not going to let fear stop me from doing my job." By taking that first step, he managed to complete the mission successfully. Another key lesson from Admiral McRaven's guide is the importance of having a clear vision. Without a clear goal, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of life. McRaven emphasizes the power of setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals. This helps us stay focused and motivated. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," a SMART goal would be, "I will lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 5 times a week and eating healthy meals." Having a clear vision gives us direction and purpose. It also provides a sense of accomplishment when we achieve our goals. Moreover, McRaven stresses the importance of resilience. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and we need to be able to bounce back from them. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about growing stronger after each setback. He tells the story of a time when he was in charge of a large team working on a complex project. The project was running behind schedule, and morale was low. Instead of giving up, McRaven led his team through a series of brainstorming sessions and problem-solving exercises. They identified the root causes of the delays and came up with innovative solutions. As a result, the project was completed ahead of schedule, and everyone celebrated their success. In addition to resilience, McRaven also talks about the power of positive thinking. He believes that our thoughts shape our reality. If we focus on negative thoughts, we'll attract more negativity into our lives. On the other hand, if we cultivate positive thoughts, we'll attract positivity. To illustrate this point, McRaven shares a story from his early days as a SEAL trainee. He was struggling with a difficult task, and he started to doubt his abilities. But instead of dwelling on his doubts, he decided to think positively. He visualized himself succeeding, and suddenly, his confidence returned. From then on, he approached each challenge with a positive attitude, and it paid off. Another crucial aspect of McRaven's guide is the importance of networking and building relationships. He believes that a strong support system is essential for overcoming obstacles. McRaven often emphasizes the value of connecting with others who share similar goals and values. He mentions the importance of seeking mentorship and advice from those who have already achieved success. This can provide valuable insights and guidance. He shares an anecdote from his time as a Navy SEAL, where he sought out advice from experienced mentors. Their guidance helped him navigate through challenging situations and ultimately contributed to his success. Lastly, McRaven stresses the significance of taking care of ourselves both physically and mentally. He believes that neglecting our well-being can hinder our ability to overcome challenges. He advises us to prioritize self-care, including exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep. He also encourages us to seek help when needed, whether it's from a therapist or a trusted friend. By taking care of ourselves, we can better handle stress and maintain our mental and emotional health. To sum up, Admiral McRaven's guide offers a wealth of wisdom and practical advice for overcoming fear and failure. Acknowledge your fears, redefine failure as a stepping stone, take action, set clear goals, cultivate resilience, practice positive thinking, build a strong support system, and prioritize self-care. These principles are not just theoretical. They have been proven effective through his own experiences and the stories he shares. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by fear or failure, remember Admiral McRaven's guide. Embrace these lessons, and you'll find the strength to overcome any obstacle in your path. Remember, the only limit to our success is our willingness to overcome our fears and failures. Here's something you should know: adversity is not a barrier to success. It's a catalyst for growth. So, go out there and make your mark on the world.